the CFT for NCAA Football 2014 for Xbox 360 Round 2. Fresno State going up against Western Kentucky.
And here we go with the kickoff. Let's see what happens in round 2.
Cornerback goes and shuffles a bit, tries to make some movement, and will stop close to the 20. And right now we're looking at a Western Kentucky that's ranked 5th in our CFT rankings after round number 1, going up against a Fresno State, which currently has the ball right now. They're ranked second to last in the seedings, but that can possibly change with a win today.
Hopefully Fresno State can get back on track after that disappointing loss in round number 1. And right now it is now 3rd and 5. Let's see what they can do before 4th down.
Well, the quarterback is going to try to pass the ball in this play in a 3rd and 5 situation. Has a couple of options in the backfield. Let's see what happens here. Quarterback tries to look for the open man, throws it out there, but gets deflected by number 1. 22 and 26 are celebrating as a result of it. It was a 3 and out.
Well, hopefully the quarterback can, do make better choices and not make any mistakes he made from the last game.
So with that, we go into possession for Western Kentucky. They're going to flag it down right there. Let's see what they do with their first set of downs. 1st and 10. They're going to move in. And on the defense, I imagine that you're thinking a lot more about playing zone against this sort of team.
Yeah, not making the same mistakes I made with Boise. I just want to be able to just play zone, try to get some blitzes in as I can, and try to, make the quarterback make a mistake.
Well, we saw the linebacker go for the big play right there, and as a result, it was a loss of 7 for the quarterback. Now we're up to 2nd and 17, a pretty long one. And look, what do you know? The wide receiver was open. It's going to make up a lot of that loss. Makes a 14-yard reception. And now we're talking 3rd and 3.
Well, I think they thought it was going to be a run play as it is now, and they got caught off guard.
And with that, it's a 1st down with a 6-yard rush. New set of downs as we go into 2 minutes and 45 seconds in the first quarter. Trying to make some movement. The quarterback is looking to passes it to the wide receiver, but couldn't hold on to it. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Good defensive play by Fresno State, getting that ball out the hands.
And with that, we see now the halfback's position the run. It's going to try to go for something. Strong arms for 4 yards. Makes it a 3rd and 6 situation. I noticed that in the last game, a lot of your 3rd down situations on defense, it was kind of like a coin flip in terms of success versus failure, but that seems to work out very well for you. What do you guys say about that?
Well, I guess more the same. I try to guess to see what the quarterback's going to do. Are they going to run? They're going to pass? As you can see here, they're passing on 4th down. I don't know what the quarterback is doing here. He's just sitting there taking his time. Let's see what happens.
And it paid off immensely. An 18-yard reception. If you were thinking, this is just going to be a normative, we're going to get the ball back situation, Western Kentucky had something for you. Imagine that.
Well, I got to give the computer credit. Being aggressive in the first quarter, I could be that surprised, and they caught me off guard.
Their first offensive possession, and they decide to go for a fake punt. Now it's 2nd and 3. They're trying to make some movement with less than 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Man in motion for Western Kentucky is going to make the move, tries to stay in the pocket, gets it to the wide receiver for the first down. It's an 8-yard reception.
Well, like I said, they caught me off guard. I was not expecting aggressiveness this early in the game, and I might pay for it. Now they're in the red zone.
They're 2 for 4 with 22 yards out there, and sadly it's going to be a loss of 3 yards for Western Kentucky. But they're close enough in the red zone where they can try to make some movement and put on possibly 6 points.
Hey, I'd rather give up 3 than 6. I'll tell you that much.
Well, let's see what could happen here. It's 2nd and 13. The quarterback steps and gives it to the to the halfback, and the halfback did not make any movement at all. A good loss, and as a result, it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I saw that play coming a mile away, and I was able to get to the rusher and stop the ball.
And with that, another shutdown by Fresno. A loss of 7 makes it 4 and 22. I doubt we're going to see a fake in this situation here.
Hey, like I said, I'd rather give up 3 than 6. Good defense, and here we are.
Well, number 18 did what he had to do, and as a result, they're going to try to go for 3 points. They try to make the upright, and it is good for 3.
Well, as you can see, like I said, I held them on, gave them a 3 and out. I'll take it.
So here we go. We move now into a situation where Fresno State's probably going to go for a touchback. They flag it, so that's going to put them at the 20. If we look at Western Kentucky, 5 yards they allowed. 5. What do you guys say about that?
Yeah, I think I get the running game going, and just my passing with this quarterback has just not been good so far. So let's see if I can mix it up with running pass.
Well, let's see what happens here. We see a 5-yard rush, and that's going to end the first quarter. Western Kentucky gets some points on the board, but it's still anyone's game going into the second quarter. The quarterback is going to try to make a running play right now for number 33, trying to hush up the audience. And here we go. Fresno tries to move in and make some positive movement for 4 yards.
Yeah, I noticed that this quarterback is not a gunslinger, so I'm trying to just mix up some running pass, mostly run, see if I can weigh down all the defense.
Well, what's interesting is that we don't see a lot of movement from Western Kentucky and their quarterback. They love to stay in the pocket. In this case, you're trying to make a lot of running as an opportunity for you to gain some short yardage.
Yeah, for the most part, but most times out of 10, I don't plant my feet properly, and 9 times out of 10, I usually insert interception.
With that, Western Kentucky is not giving much of a response to Fresno. Fresno's going with a hurry-up, 2nd and 3. And now, again, going back to the halfback, it's going to get the first down. It's a positive of 5 yards.
Yeah, I figured, hey, the run is working. Why keep going? Might as well just keep going for it.
Speaking of the run, here we go again. Another positive of 7 yards from the halfback. Goes for the hurry-up. Sees another running opportunity. Only needs 3 yards. And the halfback will not get that. In fact, it's just a yard, putting it down to 3 and 2. And here we go again with another hurry-up. Will the halfback get enough yardage this time around? We see the halfback goes in and will make the distance and some change for the first down, 8 yards.
Yeah, like I said, the running game for Fresno State usually is pretty good. They're passing not too much. I figured, hey, keep going to the well.
Well, this driving force of a move for Fresno State has all been on the ground. And again, for another 2-yard rush, it's 2nd and 8. We are finally going to see a passing play. Will there be a connection for the first? Well, not only was there not a connection, nobody was home except for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I thought I had somebody open. No, I threw it right to the defender.
Well, look, I hope that it's not like what we saw in the first game, because when we saw that first game, it was a pretty rough run against Boise State. I believe it was 5 interceptions. And speaking of which, Western Kentucky is going to take it to the house for 73 big ones.
Yeah, could not believe what I just gave up that play, but hey, gave up the play. Let's get back in the game and try to get back in this game.
Look at it again. I mean, the coverage was just not there. Number 2 was basically all alone and had enough of it just for the 6. Add another point up there. Now it's 10-0 Western Kentucky.
Yeah, the game is starting to get away from me, but like I said, I think if I clamp back up in defense and get some positive yards, I think I can get back in this game.
Well, you got about 2 minutes, and look at
here we go. Here we
go. Makes a spin. Another big
here
move.
We go. This
could go the distance. And right there, look, that is a run.
Wait,
probably the run
there's a flag
of the quarter, but there is a flag. And the flag looked like it's going to go to Western Kentucky. That's clipping. So you add on that defensive penalty, and Western Kentucky is basically giving you a great field position.
I can't believe that call came back. That just killed all the momentum right now. But
I mean, like, they tried to give you the field position, but again, your defense. Talk about a lost opportunity. 2nd and 12. And now we're going to see what the quarterback is going to try to do with this. Goes for a passing play. It's going way back. What were you waiting for?
Well, I thought I had time to get the ball off, and I didn't see the defender coming towards me, and it was too late.
Now we're talking about 3 and 23. Looking again, scanning the field. Tries to see a big person out there, but it's instead another Western Kentucky defensive player. And as a result, it's the 2nd turnover as we go into the end of the first half.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what I was doing, throwing in triple coverage, but I paid the price for it. It's another turnover.
Well, again, this is an opportunity for Western Kentucky to try to add more points, and they'll at least get the first down with a 15-yard reception by number 85. And look, the quarterback is 4 for 6 with at least 1 touchdown, and it seems like they're getting a rhythm.
Yeah, it's starting to get away from me, but like I said, I think if my defense clamps up, I think we can be still in this one.
Speaking about the rhythm, we're talking about 151 passing yards as the tight end makes another first down for WKU, and the quarterback tries to scan. Good enough.
They got the ball back.
Look what happens. That ball is going back to Fresno State, making the first turnover of the game.
Like I said,
How do you feel, man?
my defense is doing what they need to do. My defense is basically keeping me in this game, and that's why I got that takeaway.
Well, can you capitalize with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go in the second quarter? And the quarterback is running for it, trying to see if something can happen. But look at that! The tight end, number 89, with a big reception for 30 yards. That is a great recovery.
I took a chance and it paid off.
And the quarterback is going to try to make it go twice. Can he strike lightning? Instead, it's a deflection by the free safety.
Hey, at least it wasn't Intel.
Well, look, you got to be careful because you want to get some points on the board going into the second half. 50 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 10. He scans the field. He's going deep. No! Instead, it's number 29 that was there for another deflection. Now it's 3rd and 10, 44 seconds remaining. Quarterback is going to try to go for it again, and boom, it's another turnover. Make it the 3rd by WKU, and as a result, it's going to make it very tough for you to get some points to end the half.
I saw they were pressing the receiver. I thought the receiver was able to get the ball, and clearly he wasn't. But I got the sack there.
Negative yards. Talk about 9 of them. It's now 2nd and 19 with 34 seconds left in the second quarter. And look, can you try to stop them so they don't add more points?
I think I can. Their whole line just collapsed just now. So if I can get that happen again, maybe I can get safety.
Interesting. The clock is still ticking. They just want to burn it out so they can get through the half. They don't need to rush it. Fresno State says, hell no, you're going to do something about it. 12 seconds, 2nd and 19. And with that, the quarterback's going to go to the halfback, number 5, and it's going to be for a 5-yard rush. 7 seconds to go. The clock is frozen. And with that, let's see what they are going to do. They're going to go for another first down. And with a few seconds left, are they going to go all the way? Thank God they did not. Instead, it was a 54-yard rush for the halfback to end the half.
Oh, boy. I'm thinking they was going to run the clock out, but, like I said, my defense just started to run out of gas and almost gave up another touchdown.
Well, here we are in the second half. It's 10-0 for WKU, and WKU is going to get the ball back going into the second half. Goes to the wide receiver. The wide receiver tries to make a few moves, but ends up for just 14 yards.
I think my goal here is to get the quarterback in a little bit of a rhythm and try to get some good passing positive plays and get back in this game.
Well, the quarterback is going to give it to the halfback. The halfback is going to go for a bit of a run and gets it for 7 yards. Now, keep in mind, in our tournament, the top 4 teams advance to the national semifinals, and if WKU can hold on, they could be projected in the top 4 with a playoff seat. But right now, the halfback, number 5, it's not going to get much of a move. No yards earned, and now it's 3rd and 3, and WKU is going to try to run it and punch it in again. They will, and gets far more distance with 13 yards.
Like I said, it's only 10-0. I still have time to get back in this game. Only down by 2 possessions, but I got to crank up here on defense.
Now, talking about cranking it up, they're going to crank it up for more yards to get a 6-yard reception from number 85. It's now 2nd and 4, and it looks like they're going to try to go deep, or maybe they're going to try to make an option for the running back. And in this case, it looks like it's going to be a play, a positive. And here we are again with another first down for Western Kentucky. It's now 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. The quarterback is trying to scan it and couldn't do anything about it. Now, right here, we got to let you know that in this tournament, these are teams that are hitting each other in ways that they've never ever had to think about. These are teams they've never seen before, let alone had in their schedule.
Yeah, so, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. It's kind of hard to read a team that you never played before, but I guess if they clamp down, play them a couple plays, it might be interesting.
Well, here we are now with Fresno State. They're going to try to do something about this, and that was nasty by number 2, moving, grooving, and will stop with a 64-yard return. That was a run.
Maybe that could be the spark we need to get back into this game.
And notice there were no flags on the play for that one. It was totally clean and good enough for good field position. Halfback gets the ball, tries to go for some yardage, only gets about 2.
Yeah, like I said, the rushing attack has been working. Just the passing attack has just been god-awful, and hopefully they can turn around.
Speaking of which, another passing play for the quarterback tries to go in and sadly cannot connect, and that's going to be a loss not a loss of yardage, but a lost opportunity for some points. 3rd and 8. And now the quarterback is going to try to scan the field, sees an open man. Instead, it was an open man from WKU, the cornerback. And again, another turnover, number 4.
Yeah, it might be time to make a quarterback change. This quarterback has been horrible all day, so it might be time to make a change.
Well, look, the last game you had to deal with 5 interceptions. Let's see if you don't tie it. I really hope you don't see that.
I hope not either. Let's see what happens.
Well, here we go. We go into a 2nd and 8 with 45 seconds to go in the 3rd. WKU, number 13, the quarterback, is going to eat grass by number 18, the cornerback. A big loss. It's now 3rd and 8. And now the quarterback is scanning once again, has to give it to number 5. Number 5 is making some move. Now the free safety makes a big mistake not getting that open man there that was just diving and chucking and jiving and just moving along. How could you miss that?
I don't know why. It's like these guys can't tackle anybody.
Well, you gave a really clean lane for the halfback, and number 5 was able to make a good set of yardage. It's now 1st and 10 with a few seconds to go to end the quarter. The wide receiver gets it and only gets about 5 yards.
You got laid out in the process, too.
And with that, it is 13-0 for Western Kentucky. It could be a possible shutout if Fresno doesn't do anything about it. 4th quarter, 2nd and 5. The quarterback steps back, gets it to the wide receiver, and gets 11 yards for the first.
As you can see, like I said, it's the 4th quarter. It's crunch down time. Let's see if Fresno State can get it together.
And, well, if you look at what just happened right there, not much positive other than a few yards. And with that, the quarterback is going to have to throw it out. Was feeling a lot of the pressure from the defense.
Like I said, the offense has been the problem. Defense has been solid. The question is, can they make a stop here?
3rd and 6. Can they make a positive for a first down? They only need 6 yards to do so. Will get it by number 85. Cuts him off. And with that, that's a first down. 17 yards earned.
Like I said, it's getting close to crunch time right now, and right now it's not looking good for Fresno State, but we need to have a chance here.
13 for 18, make it actually 19 passes, over 200 yards, and right now the halfback is going to try to add to their stats, 3 yards earned. It's now a 3rd and 7 situation. And let me tell you right now, with 2 attempts, their 3rd downs look kind of interesting. And speaking of interesting, the quarterback decides to run it. And as a loss of 2, they're going to have to go for another field goal. Can they go for 2 in field goals to put it to 16-0? The kicker goes, and it will make the upright for another 3 points. It's now 16-0. Fresno's going to have to do something.
Yeah, it's getting, I don't know, I'm getting kind of worried. What do you think Fresno State should do in this situation to get back in this game?
Well, if I was Fresno, I'm looking at what is giving you any sort of momentum, and that's going to be your running game. The halfback is holding it all together at this point. So I'm thinking about the halfback. I'm letting go of the passing routes because you're not getting much of a connection. And look what the quarterback does. He couldn't even figure out who was the open man, had to go for a run for 4. So I would trust the running game and really force the tempo to change for Western Kentucky. They're just able to just cruise on by. Force them to think fast. You were doing the hurry up, and that was doing something positive for you. So those are some options.
Yeah, like I said, I thought maybe by keep running the ball, they'll get no into that. But now, as you can see, I got to keep going to that because that's what was working.
And look, the quarterback was able to get 9 yards. I mean, yeah, you have to go with what you know, especially since this is the first time your program has ever faced a Western Kentucky. So you're thinking creatively of how to alternate between running and passing plays. But if the passing game ain't working, you got to go for what you know. And again, that's the proof. You got another first down just off the quarterback.
Yeah, but it's, I'm running out of time. And like I said, these running players, it's getting positive yards, but it's not producing any points.
And you ran out of a good quarterback because you just lost him. And now it's the second string that's going to go in for 8 yards. We're not going to see the first string quarterback number 4 for the rest of the game. So it's now number 10 that's going to make some moves. Speaking of that, another first down. Not shabby.
Yeah, if I wish they was doing this early in the game, maybe it would be kind of close.
Well, here comes the star quarterback. He's going to try to keep it going. He knows that there's just only about 2 minutes to go in the game, so he's going to have to stick it. Speaking of which, he sticks it to the man with a first down.
Great catch by the receiver, and now we're getting close to the red zone.
This can be an opportunity for Fresno to finally put some points on the board, at least 3, but the quarterback is just holding on to the ball for way too long. I lost the 10.
Yeah, but I had no time to get there on defense. The whole line just collapsed on me.
And now with that, it's 2nd and 20. Wide receiver number 15 manages to only get 7 yards. Puts it to now 3rd and long, 13 to be exact. If you can just get the first down, you'll definitely be in field goal range, but you threw it away.
Had no choice. If rather that, I'll take a sack.
And what do you know? In this situation, they're going to have to go for it on 4th and 13. It's going to pass it. I thought you're going to run it, but instead gives a quick pitch to the halfback, and it just wasn't enough. What were you thinking with that play?
I was trying to do a screen pass, and as you can see, it didn't work well.
Instead, Western Kentucky taught you how to run the play, and now they get the first down. 34 seconds to go. End of game. It looks like it's a shutout.
Yeah, Fresno State just look lost out there, and the score doesn't reflect what happened on the field.
Well, look, the way this is going, Western Kentucky with their win, Western Kentucky will now go 2-0 in the tournament. As for Fresno, you're 0-2, quite possibly the last seed. What are you going to do to turn this around?
I need a better quarterback and a prayer.
Well, you stay with the quarterback throughout all of your games unless you alternate to the second string. So unless we see you making that personnel change, it's going to be number 4 that's going to have to make a lot of adjustments going into the 3rd game. Speaking of which, we'll have our second feature game of round 2 of the CFT coming soon. Tune in and watch. Thank you for watching. It's Western Kentucky beating Fresno 16-0.